Everybody, happy Friday. Welcome to Sherman Wealth Weekly Snaps for March 19th. March Madness is officially here with the NCAA, but it was quite a bit of madness this week. With the news headlines, we had, of course, really positive vaccine news, which sent the bond market yields flying again. We've been talking about this for weeks, if not a few months. 10-year Treasury yields up to 1.75%, settling down a little bit today in the 1.71-ish range, but massive moves that we've been highlighting since 1.2%. Of course, we talked about this in the weekly snaps and on our blog a year ago, March 9th. 10-year Treasury rates were as low as 0.42%, so quite a round trip there. We had really good news as it relates to vaccine progress. We had really good news as it relates to when travel might begin. Of course, as we remember, talking about barbecues and other things on July 4th. So we're really optimistic about how that looks. And of course, the markets are as well, as at least on the rate side. We had Fed Chair Jerome Powell talk about keeping interest rates low and inflation and what he had to say about taming that. So we have this push and pull that we've been talking about for quite some time between what the bond market believes and what the Federal Reserve is saying. Also had huge news on the IRS front with the stimulus package that just passed. I know a lot of our CPA friends are really struggling to meet the April 15th tax deadline. This has now been extended to May 17th. So for those of you that needed extra time to understand unemployment benefits that you might have gotten last year and other such things, you have a full month of an extension without having to file one. Of course, reminding everyone to then fund IRAs, traditional and or Roth, depending on what you're eligible for. Of course, you have a little bit more time for SEP IRAs. And if you are in a high deductible healthcare plan, look at HSAs as a potential option before the May 17th deadline. We had big news that Disney World in California is going to open. Amazon signing a deal with the NFL to host Thursday night football, which is really exciting. Spring training, as we said, is up and going. Opening days around the corner. Stadiums are starting to open. Concerts may be back over the summer. So really exciting, optimistic news while also staying vigilant about the virus. We had retail sales slipping, which is also a lot of economic data. We had Morgan Stanley offering Bitcoin to clients. And then we had, of course, college admissions, where everyone wanting to go back to school harder than ever. Really interesting there. Speaking of college, rooting on for your favorite teams in March Madness, we went to Wisconsin and Maryland collectively as a group, so rooting them on both locally and the rest of the Big Ten. Be well, stay safe, have a great weekend, and we will talk to you next week.